Sundays from 10 to 4 or by appointment. This is 9, viewer-supported, KETC, St. Louis. Channel 9's broadcast of the McNeil-Lehrer News Hour is presented by the Laclede Gas Company, 2,000 people working to provide you with efficient and dependable service.
Good evening. The major news of this day happened in Alaska, where a U.S. president and a pope met and exchanged messages of peace and friendship. Also today, an angry Reagan administration official said U.S. auto executives have ruined their own chances for protection from Japanese imports. And the 3 Democratic presidential candidates moved on to Texas after 2 more primaries where everyone except Gary Hart had something to cheer about. Robert McNeil is away tonight. Charlene Hunter-Gault is in New York. Charlene? Again, the major news of the day was made in Fairbanks, Alaska by President Reagan and Pope John Paul II. They made it by meeting for 30 minutes and saying nice things about each other and the prospects for world peace. Also, U.S. Trade Representative Bill Brock said unbelievably high bonuses to U.S. auto executives have all but killed future import quotas on Japanese cars. Finally, tonight, we come to the close of our now famous mini-series, a trio from Route 3. Route 3 is a state highway in Illinois which parallels the Mississippi River from East St. Louis down to where the Mississippi joins the Ohio River at Cairo, Illinois. We've run 2 stories already about 2 very different people who live along it, weekly newspaper editor Joe Akers of Chester and Richard Horton, nicknamed Onion, a community activist in the St. Louis area. Tonight, our 3rd and last story is about some young people in the Route 3 town of Red Bud, population 2,900, and its arch rival 18 miles away, Sparta, population 5,000. The rivalry between their high schools is particularly intense and particularly in an unexpected field of play.
I think we're going to be the team that ends up with the most points when the day is over. We're going to win. I know we are. I have the most talent here.
I have an exceptional team. They work hard, they practice hard, they take what they do very seriously, and they are going to be one of the best teams in the state today.
Several Saturdays ago, Ron Negroski and Sandy Spalt led their teams to one of the biggest high school competitions of the season. But the competition wasn't in a gymnasium or a stadium, it was in classrooms, and the tools of their sport were hand calculators. These are some of the best young mathematicians in Illinois, and both teams are aiming to win at the state regional math tournament. When Red Bud and Sparta meet, the competition is particularly intense. Not only are the schools close together, but Ron and Sandy are brother and sister.
Ron's very intense, and yes, I'm intense too, but Ron is very much consumed by the winning. I suppose Ron does approach a certain mania with the math craze.
She's not the dictator type of person that I am. In other words, anything I do, if I can't do the best at it, I quit, do something else. If anybody beats me, I'd rather keep in the family. I'd much rather my sister beat me than somebody else.
What I'm expecting of you guys on Saturday is that you at least hold your own in the sport. When it comes to competition, I mean, it's sheer competition. We really go at it. It is really important because what this provides is a place in a school population, a niche that was never there for kids before. And kids in a high school our size are generally ignored or put down by their peer group for being good at academics. Because of the math team, they have a place to be, they have a place to shine.
I think I'm probably closer to my kids than any football coach has ever been. I spend so many hours in the day with them.
This is negative, and this is negative, and the product together is positive. What you got to worry about.
Like any athletic event, there's going to be a tremendous amount of pressure. Whenever I compete, I don't care what it is. I want to do my best. It doesn't bother me who I beat. It really doesn't. But I want to win against good competition.
One of Sparta's strongest team members is 11th grader Laura Pintle.
Mr. Negroski doesn't, push win, but, if you don't win, people are going to lose interest. And the winning, more or less, motivates us all to do better because we want to win each year.
At Red Bud, 12th grader Tom Doyerwin plays sports, but he prefers the competition of math contests.
You get all excited maybe the Friday before the test on Saturday, just like you would the baseball game or the basketball game or whatever sports activity you're in. And when it finally comes, your stomach's kind of churning and you're in knots, but you go on and do the best you can.
The trophy for the best small high school in the state has always stayed in the family. Red Bud won the first championship in 1981. Sparta has won the last 2 years. On tournament day, dozens of teams travel to Southern Illinois University to compete in a series of day-long tests. Over 300 students were tested in general math, algebra, and geometry with team and individual events.
The contradiction would be one is such P and the negation of P, which cannot be true because not P.
The team's overall performance was more important than any individual scores. After months of rigorous preparation, this was the day Red Bud and Sparta had been waiting for.
Go!
Time's up. You're disqualified, yes.
I knew how to do everything. I have known in the past how to do everything. It just wasn't coming to me.
Coming in second, Red Bud. In first place, Sparta.
You can go now. Nice going, guys.
Our congratulations to all. Good night, Charlene.
Good night, Jim. That's the News Hour for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'm Charlene Hunter-Gault. Good night.
The McNeil-Lehrer News Hour is funded by AT&T, reaching out in new directions. The Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and this station and other public television stations. For a transcript, send $2 to Box 345, New York, New York, 10101. Channel 9's broadcast of the McNeil-Lehrer News Hour is presented by the Laclede Gas Company. 2,000 people working to provide you with efficient and dependable